welcome back. It's just me talking again. On page 63 of the reading this week, it addressed closure in media content, specifically comics, as this was the form we were reading. The idea of closure in media content makes us as media students consider it an editing process because our whole aim is to create content we want our audiences to enjoy. Closure in narratives and stories is what gives the audience satisfaction at the end of the form. We need to think about this from the beginning and how we are going to close the narrative in a way that gives the audience something to grasp onto. Cliffhangers are used to entice the audience to come back again, whereas if we give the audience a denouement, they get that universal sigh of relief, even if it's a horror movie and everyone's dead. One idea from the online lectorial videos is that editing can be completely different based on the form, and audiences expect content to be edited in a certain way to match that form, like jump cuts in YouTube versus longer scenes in a thriller. This original idea of giving the audience what they expect is changing with new media arising. Expect the unexpected. With change comes good. If an audience is losing the ideas of what they expect to see when it comes to editing, it gives more creative control to those who are putting in the work to make the content, and it gives them a chance to make it more unique and individual to their style. For my vlogs in future, I'd like to work on my transitions and make them cleaner and look a bit more impressive like you see in the movies. But to achieve this, I'd need to experiment with the best kinds of transitions to use with my skill level and timeframes I'm working within to create my vlogs, because no one likes excessive transitions. Welcome to the copyright corner. We're getting pretty serious. The main thing we as media students need to watch out for when producing content we can actually share with others is seeking permission from the copyright owner. The easiest way to get around copyright is to not use copyrighted material, but that's not always achievable, so we need to get through the lengthy process of gaining access rights to create content that includes copyrighted material. It's actually pretty easy if you go through the right process, you just have to know how. Another thing about copyright is public domain and Creative Commons. This set of licensing terms makes it easy for us as media students to get around copyright. When content becomes public domain, it means that the original author has since passed. And public domain means that we can use it after a certain period of time after they've died. The final thing about copyright is that you don't always need permission. Nicholas Souza wrote an article for Conversation explaining it, but the main basis of his article is that it's helpful for us students in the fact that we don't always need permission for research or study purposes. I couldn't include this week's in-class task because it was copyrighted material, but trust me, it was good.